So get this. In truth, if you were to decide you wanted to learn a language, multiple languages, you could focus on that idea. But most are not going to give it enough time for it to fully manifest within. But you can focus on that idea. Make it a priority. Make it a necessity. Put yourself in the circumstance. And some people do this. Some people send themselves to the country, or they put themselves in a community of the new language, and they are just there. And over time, because of the necessity, the need to live and exist and to communicate within that community or within that country, over time they begin to understand. They begin to make sense of the words and the meanings of the words. Where does that come from? This is an inner process. It's not an external process. Nothing from outside of you is being put into you. You are taking an idea, you are focusing on it, and you are drawing the necessary resources within to build the foundation of wisdom for that idea. All learning is an intrinsic process, an inner process. Hey, conscious creators. In today's session, Abraham discusses making your desires a necessity. They discuss how all learning is an intrinsic process. And they discuss how setting your attention sets the learning process in motion. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment if you're inspired to do so, and also click the bell notification so that you're alerted whenever new videos are uploaded. I upload a new video Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And also check the description. Check the description for the free training, I Am the Discourse. This free training was created to support you in establishing a firm foundation in who and what you truly are. This foundation is the starting point to manifestation. This foundation is the starting point to the experience of all that you have ever desired. We are excited that you're here, and we look forward to supporting you. Let's jump into today's session. Lessons to be learned. And here's an interesting topic. The lessons that you learn over the course of your life, where do they come from? Do you truly learn from experience? Do you truly learn from sitting in a classroom? Do you truly learn from happenings occurring outside of you, and then all of a sudden you have the information and the awareness surrounding it? Well, here's what happens. And because of the way it happens, so many have yet to truly understand, or actually to see it, to perceive it, to be aware of it, that you have a happening that occurs outside of you, or a circumstance, or you have an idea, a new idea for yourself, that you decide that you want to have a level of understanding, a level of knowledge around, where your focus on that idea, or your focus on the circumstance that you have observed, witnessed, or has become a part of your experience, begins to draw the information to you. So in truth, your learning is not an education from outside of you. It's a calling, it's a claiming from inside. The true understanding is an intrinsic activity. It's not an external activity. For one, take your languages, for instance. If you hear a language that you are not familiar with, you cannot understand the words, you cannot understand, you cannot comprehend, you cannot make sense of it. But over time, in your evaluating it, in your studying it, in your, let's say you go to class for it, what changes? What changes in your learning of a new language is your inner makeup toward that language. You have assimilated a foundation for the understanding inwardly. And that understanding has manifest within for you to be able to interpret the language, for you to be able to understand the language. You do not get taught anything. It's an inward process, an inward manifestation of the information, of the wisdom out of the energies that are present, out of the ethers in which all things exist. So get this. In truth, if you were to decide you wanted to learn a language, multiple languages, you could focus on that idea. But most are not going to give it enough time for it to fully manifest within. But you can focus on that idea. Make it a priority. Make it a necessity. Put yourself in the circumstance. And some people do this. Some people send themselves to the country, or they put themselves in a community of the new language, and they are just there. And over time, because of the necessity, the need to live and exist and to communicate within that community or within that country, over time they begin to understand. They begin to make sense of the words and the meanings of the words. Where does that come from? This is an inner process. It's not an external process. Nothing from outside of you is being put into you. You are taking an idea, you are focusing on it, and you are drawing the necessary resources within to build the foundation of wisdom for that idea. All learning is an intrinsic process, an inner process. It's funny how it appears that you are reading words in a book, or you are listening to a lecture or a seminar, and you feel as though the information is being inputted. What is being inputted is the ideas. But the information, the wisdom, the ability to understand and actually put that knowledge to use in your life is an inner process. You merely need the idea. Whether the idea is formulated in your mind or it is given to you from the mind of another. Once you have that idea and you begin to hold that idea, focus on that idea. Let your inner being know that it is a necessity, that you understand this idea, that you want to put this idea into work, into action in your life. When you do that, you begin to draw the resources inwardly that become your understanding, that become wisdom as you put those ideas, that information to use in your life. So when you talk about your relationships, when you talk about your finances, when you talk about your jobs, your careers, your businesses, understand that every area, every piece and part of these individual ideas, the understanding that you have now, the understanding that you desiring to be brilliant in every area, in every way as it pertains to those ideas. When you set your sights on that state, on that position of the idea, you begin to draw it. It's an inward process. The inner is first. The outer manifestations are effects. Once you set the idea and you begin to draw those resources inwardly, then those mentors show up that are able to support you in that particular idea, in whatever way they are able to support you in. There are collaborative components in love of yours manifesting because you are expressing that which you desire. You want to know more and understand finances and money. You want to know more and understand beautiful, healthy relationships. You want to know more and understand about successful business. Well, it is an inner process first that you begin to express, and then those collaborative components show up and continue the manifesting of the knowledge that turns to wisdom when you apply that to your life. All understanding, all knowledge turned to wisdom is an inner process. Nothing is being sown into you. You are drawing it inwardly. It is being cultivated inwardly. And then you begin to express it. And in your expressing, the collaborative components form and are drawn to you, and you are drawn to them as a manifestation of your inner processes. I hope this makes sense. It's a powerful understanding. We have never communicated this before, but many of you are on the cusp of understanding that it is you on the inside that is the power. It is you on the inside that is creating. And that all that is happening outside of you is an effect. It is an effect. We need you to understand this. You are the center. You are the core. And your inner creative process is all that you're responsible for. It is your most powerful place. And it is our desire for you to understand that if you focus there, master that area, master the process, and you can transform your life. All that you come in contact is a reflection of you. This is at the core of what you must know. We are thankful, grateful for the opportunity to share. We're thankful for the vessel. We're thankful for each of you offering fertile ground for these transmissions. We are here for you from our now non-physical perspective, offering that which we know to be true, offering that which we know will transform your life. We honor you. We celebrate you. And we love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you.